Hi, I'm Luisa Maria Hernandez, and this video is a lesson plan for didactics of soil or social science. This class is a social science class that I designed for 7th grade students. The class have a duration of 2 hours. The subject is history, and the topic is the Falkland Islands. The aim of the lesson is to explain the general aspects that lead the current situation of the Falkland Islands from a history perspective, since the main point of history in social science is to learn from past mistakes and for students to make a critical thinking opinion from the history. So this is basically the main objective of this lesson, to enhance the opinion and critical thinking aspect from this topic, the Falkland Islands, its history and its current problematic that it still evolves today. So the lesson objectives, the students will be able to understand the historical aspects of the Falkland Island situation and to compare with the current situation from a critical perspective. The prior knowledge the students must have over the topic is that they must have a general geographic knowledge to know where the Falkland Islands are. The students have to be aware of the current situation of the Falkland Island situation. Probably this previous knowledge will be enhanced with a previous homework where they must investigate about the current situation of the islands. Students have a basic knowledge of the main historical events from the 19th and 20th centuries, about what happened in those times, the First World War, the Second World War, the Cold War, that kind of general knowledge. The resources, I'm going to make use of a YouTube video, and the students would need notebooks and a survey that is attached to the step 3, the previous step. So the assessment, how will a learning be recognized? The students demonstrate a critical analysis of the new learning in the answers given on the survey. Since the objective of this lesson is to enhance critical thinking and to create opinions over the situation, the template, the survey will work as a mean for students to express that critical thinking opinions they create from this class. The differentiation, we're gonna take into account the visual learners and the auditory learners with the YouTube video, so no learner is left behind with this lesson. And the teacher will also explain the topic and will clarify any doubt. The skills for life that are going to be addressed during this lesson plan is that the critical analysis of historical events and their influence in current situations, understanding of the past to get a greater perspective of the present. The numeracy for the score is going to be from 1 to 10, and the information technology, it's going to be a YouTube video. So the main activity from the warm-up activity is to take a list, present the topic and the objectives of the class. The students will have to get to know what is expected from them during the class. Now the topic will be introduced, and the teacher will ask the students about their previous knowledge about the current situation of the Falkland Islands. They are going to be set the main actors in the conflict and the cause. And they're going to be asked for a student's opinion in this topic. So in this part of the lesson, it's going to be focused on the current situation of the Falkland Islands. Now, afterwards, is going to be tell the key questions over the historical events of the Falkland Islands that the students would have to answer during the video. And then the video is going to be played, so students would need to watch the video and address the questions that the teacher previously gave to them. Now, after the video, that it's going to be played twice, because probably one time is not enough for students to address the whole questions. The teacher will ask the questions randomly and pick a student to answer according to the video. So the teacher is going to check if the students addressed the questions that the teacher previously gave. Now, afterwards, it's going to recapitulate the main events of the history and complementing the information. Now, it's time for the teacher to explain what the history is about, what was explained in the video, and to clarify the doubts. So it's very important for students to make the good questions in order for them to understand the whole picture of the historical events behind the Falkland Islands. After this activity, the clarifying doubts, the teacher is going to pass a survey and it's going to give us feedback to a student's work. This survey is about students expressing their opinion over the situation, now having knowledge of the historical events. What do they think of the historical events? What do they think now that they know the historical events about the Falkland Island situation? As for the closure, is going to be a summary. There's going to be a little summary and a review of the objectives of the lesson to make sure that students actually know or actually fulfill the objectives, what was expected from them to do during the lesson. And there's going to be a little recap for of the lesson of the day and it's gonna be assignment for them to do. And the homework is the homework is to look up for the most common misinformation over the Falkland Island situation and explain why is it wrong. Because as I said before, the main point of the lesson or in the historical information and social science is that the students are able to be critical about what they research. For them to be critical, to create an opinion over the events. So this homework is made for that, for them not to believe anything they look at. Thank you very much. Bye bye.